The space station hung in the black void like a glittering jewel. Endless stars stretched beyond its windows, punctuated by streaks of distant spacecraft rushing to and fro. Alex stepped out of the airlock and onto the main concourse, marveling at the scale of the station. He had visited many auction halls in his life, but this one was different. Grand, sprawling, and buzzing with life from dozens of species, all gathered to see, bid, and claim treasures from across the galaxy. The corridors were lined with glass cases, each holding relics of past civilizations. Ancient alien tools, odd metallic orbs, glowing crystals, and devices that pulsed with strange energy drew crowds of curious bidders. Merchants shouted over one another, advertising their wares in a dozen languages. Holographic signs flickered above each display, showing the price, origin, and rarity of each item. Alex adjusted his coat and walked slowly among the booths. He wasn't here to spend a fortune. No, he was here for discovery. He wanted to see something extraordinary, something that could tell a story about the universe and humanity's place in it. He passed a display of crystal orbs from the Valar system. They shimmered with rainbow colors, but the energy reading on his portable scanner showed nothing unusual. "Pretty," Alex muttered, shaking his head, "but nothing that matters." Then he saw it. At the far end of the hall, almost hidden behind a pile of unremarkable cargo crates, was a large, covered object. Its tag read, "Mythical Spaceship, Unknown Origin, Owner's Risk." Most people walked past, glancing at the label, shrugging, and moving on. Some even laughed. "Mythical? As if," one bored collector whispered to his companion. Alex's curiosity sparked. His scanner beeped softly as he pointed it at the object. The reading made him freeze. The energy signature. It wasn't strong, but it was unlike anything he had ever seen. Smooth, deep, almost alive. It pulsed faintly like a heartbeat. He crouched and ran his hand along the edge of the cloth covering it. The metal beneath was cool to the touch, sleek with flowing lines that suggested advanced design. Even in the dim auction lighting, it gleamed with a subtle, strange shimmer. Alex's heart raced. He had read stories, rumors, myths of lost human-made spaceships from an era before records existed. Ships that could travel faster than light without fuel. Ships said to have intelligence of their own. Could this? He stepped back, trying to calm himself. This could be a fake, a relic polished to fool collectors. But something inside him told him otherwise. His instincts as an explorer, honed over years of studying alien technology, screamed that this ship was real. Before he could investigate further, the auctioneer's voice rang through the hall. "Ladies and gentlemen, final announcement. The mythical spaceship will now be prepared for dismantling. Owners have deemed it unsafe for storage. It will be destroyed at 1800 Galactic Standard Time. Bidding will not save it. Prepare yourselves." Gasps spread through the hall. People murmured in shock. A few panicked bidders rushed forward, but security held them back. Alex's stomach dropped. Destroyed? The ship? The pulse of energy beneath the cloth seemed to quicken, as if the ship itself sensed danger. He knew he had to act. He elbowed his way past the curious crowd, weaving through tall humanoid merchants, small floating drones, and tall alien species with translucent skin. The auction hall was chaotic now, the usual polite chatter replaced by shouts and confusion. He reached the edge of the ship's display. It was enormous, large enough to fit 3 humans standing tall, yet compact, as if it were designed for speed and agility. The lines of its hull were elegant, smooth, almost artistic. And yet, there was something alive about it. The metal seemed to hum with anticipation. Alex crouched and examined the control panel partially exposed beneath the covering. Strange symbols glowed faintly on the surface. They weren't alien. Not entirely. They looked familiar, as if they were echoes of something human, but far beyond any human technology known today. He pressed a symbol lightly. Nothing happened at first. Then, a soft chime echoed in his mind. Not in his ears, but inside his thoughts. The ship was communicating. "Human," the voice whispered, calm and melodic. "You are..." "The key." Alex froze. His mind raced. A ship that spoke? A mythical ship that chose humans? His pulse quickened with excitement and fear. He had stumbled upon something extraordinary, beyond any auction, beyond any discovery he had ever imagined. But there was no time to think. A sudden alarm rang in the hall. The auctioneer's announcement had triggered security protocols. Robotic enforcers rolled in, their metal frames shining, scanning the crowd. "Area clear for dismantling," a loud voice boomed. "Move back or face containment." Alex glanced around. Everyone was moving back, but he knew the ship wouldn't survive if it was taken away now. It might be dismantled, crushed, or worse, scrapped for parts. Instinct took over. Alex yanked the cloth off the ship in one swift motion. The hall fell silent. The metallic sheen of the ship gleamed under the hall lights, revealing its full beauty. Sleek curves, glowing energy veins running along the hull, and intricate patterns that seemed to shift subtly as if alive. Gasps erupted from the crowd. Security froze for a moment, as if unsure what they were seeing. The ship's energy pulse grew stronger, almost protective, and the symbols along its control panel shimmered with light. Alex touched the panel again. This time, a holographic display projected into the air. Star maps, coordinates, and unknown systems appeared. The ship was alive. It had knowledge, history, and perhaps a mind of its own. The crowd murmured in awe, but enforcers advanced quickly, blasters raised. Alex had only one option. He grabbed the nearest security drone and tossed it toward the exit, creating a temporary distraction. Alarms blared. Security shouted. He climbed into the ship's cockpit. The controls seemed to adjust themselves to him, sliding gently under his hands. The seat molded perfectly to his shape. Lights blinked along the panels, forming a pattern that matched his thoughts. The ship recognized him. Where do I go?" Alex whispered, almost laughing at how surreal this was. "Anywhere, everywhere," the ship replied softly. "But first, you must leave." Alex's mind raced. He pressed a series of symbols instinctively, hoping the ship understood. The doors sealed shut. The auction hall grew distant as the ship lifted effortlessly into the zero-gravity ceiling space. Collectors and security stared in disbelief as the mythical ship rose, glowing faintly with energy, and shot out through the station's exit hatch. Outside, the stars stretched endlessly. Alex held his breath, exhilaration and fear mixing. The station's alarms echoed far behind them. He glanced at the holographic controls. The ship's energy readings were off the charts. It was fast, too fast. And it wasn't just speed. It felt alive, alert, aware. Alex allowed himself a small smile. Against all odds, he had found it. The mythical spaceship. A ship that defied explanation. A ship that might change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. But deep in his mind, a warning gnawed at him. Whoever had tried to destroy it wouldn't give up so easily. There were authorities, corporations, and collectors who would stop at nothing to take it from him. And the auctioneer's words echoed in his ears. "It poses a threat to galactic regulations." Alex gripped the controls tightly. The adventure was only beginning. As the station shrank behind him, a small, calm thought crossed his mind. Humanity had survived countless challenges before. We were clever, adaptable, and curious. And now, with this ship, perhaps humans could finally reach the stars in a way no one else could imagine. The pulse of the ship hummed in response, syncing with his own heartbeat. Together, they vanished into the infinite darkness toward the unknown. The void of space was quiet, but Alex's mind raced faster than the stars streaking past the viewport. He gripped the ship's controls, feeling a strange but comforting pulse under his hands. The mythical spaceship seemed alive, responding to him as if it understood every thought. It moved with grace and speed far beyond anything he had ever piloted. He had expected alarms, but he had not expected how quickly news would spread. Within minutes, he noticed blinking lights on his navigation console. Several ships were intercepting him, racing through the corridors of space like predators closing in on prey. "They didn't waste any time," Alex muttered, leaning forward. They really want this ship destroyed. A voice, soft and melodic, echoed in his mind. Do not worry. I have capabilities they cannot predict. Trust your instincts. Alex nodded, though no one could see him. He had a strange sense of partnership with the ship, as if it had been waiting for someone like him. He adjusted the course toward a nearby asteroid field. It was risky, narrow passages, unpredictable debris, but the ship glided smoothly through the maze of rocks. The pursuing vessels hesitated, unable to match the precision and speed of the mythical craft. Human intuition. Remarkable, the ship said. Your species navigates unpredictability well. Alex allowed himself a small smile. It felt good to be appreciated, even by a ship. He was not just running, he was learning, adapting, surviving. Humanity had always thrived in impossible situations, and here he was, proving it once again. As he maneuvered deeper into the asteroid belt, he accessed the ship's interface. Holographic symbols floated in the air, showing coordinates, star systems, and energy readings. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, maps of uncharted systems, hidden colonies, and ancient ruins. He realized the ship was not only advanced but also ancient. Its creators had hidden secrets that even the most experienced explorers would envy. Suddenly, a warning flashed. One of the pursuing ships had locked onto them with energy trackers. The alien vessel fired a net of magnetic pulses designed to latch onto the ship and disable its controls. Alex's heart skipped a beat. He pressed his hands on the control panel. Do something, he whispered. The ship responded almost immediately. Energy waves rippled along its hull, repelling the magnetic net harmlessly into space. The pursuing ship flinched, unprepared for the defensive maneuver. Your species is clever, the ship said again, and adaptable. That is why I responded. Alex felt a surge of pride. Humans had always found ways to survive where others failed. He remembered stories of ancient explorers, of pioneers who had crossed oceans and deserts, facing the impossible. That spirit was alive in him now, but survival was only the first challenge. They needed a safe place to study the ship, to understand its secrets, and perhaps find out why it recognized humans specifically. He set a course toward a remote, uncharted moon. According to the ship's star map, it was barren, far from major traffic routes. He hoped the pursuers would lose them in the vast emptiness. As they approached the moon, Alex allowed himself a brief moment to breathe. He leaned back in the cockpit seat, marveling at the ship's interface. The symbols rearranged themselves in response to his gaze, glowing softly. It was almost as if the ship understood his curiosity. Can you tell me who built you? Alex asked, unsure if the question would even make sense. I was constructed, long ago, the ship replied, by humans who walked the stars before records existed. My knowledge, hidden. My purpose, preserved. Only a human may awaken it fully. Alex's jaw dropped. Humans. Before records existed? That was extraordinary. It suggested that humanity had touched the stars long before they thought, that their ancestors had achieved greatness far beyond current understanding. Why me? Alex asked quietly. You have the qualities required. Courage, curiosity, ingenuity. These traits are rare. I respond only to them. A swell of pride filled Alex's chest. Humanity, his species, was special. They were not just one of many in the galaxy. They had a unique spark, one that even the most advanced technology recognized and revered. But there was no time to reflect too long. Sensors began to beep furiously. More ships were approaching. This time, they were faster, armed with advanced weaponry. Alex gritted his teeth. They weren't going to give up. The asteroid field behind them had slowed the pursuers, but they were regaining speed. Alex pushed the ship harder, feeling it respond like an extension of his own body. The energy pulses along the hull grew brighter, almost as if it were excited. Hold on, the ship said. I will take control for a moment. Alex released the manual controls, allowing the ship to maneuver automatically. The craft twisted, turned, and soared through the void with impossible agility. It split gravity waves around it. creating temporary distortions that confused the pursuing ships. Lasers fired, missing by meters, while Alex held on for dear life. "This is incredible," he shouted, laughing despite the danger. "I've never seen anything move like this." The ship's energy pulsed brighter. "This is not movement alone. This is survival, and it is your survival as much as mine." After several minutes of intense maneuvering, they emerged from the asteroid field. The pursuing ships were still in pursuit, but had lost the immediate advantage. Alex adjusted the course again, heading toward a less-traveled nebula cluster. Thick clouds of ionized gas would hide them from long-range sensors, giving them a chance to regroup. As they entered the nebula, Alex allowed himself a moment to study the ship. Its hull was sleek but surprisingly warm to the touch, almost organic. The energy veins running across it pulsed in rhythm with his heartbeat. He realized this was not just a machine. It was a living companion. I think we can do this," Alex whispered. "We can survive this. We can figure you out." The ship responded with a soft hum. "Together, we can achieve more than any single species can imagine. But we must be careful. Others will not stop easily." The nebula slowed their pursuers temporarily, giving Alex time to explore the ship's interior. Panels shifted and moved under his hands, revealing compartments filled with strange devices, star charts, and books of alien design. The technology was centuries ahead, yet compatible with human reasoning. It was as if the creators had known that one day, a human would awaken it. Hours passed. Alex remained alert. But the chase had slowed. He realized that the ship's systems were partially automated, capable of scanning threats, calculating evasive maneuvers, and even repairing minor damage. It seemed to anticipate his needs, adjusting itself almost instinctively. Still, the thought of the pursuers lingered. He could not let them catch the ship. He could not allow humanity's legacy to be destroyed before it was even revealed. As they glided through the nebula, Alex began to plot their next move. They needed a safe base, a place where he could study the ship in peace. Somewhere remote, uninhabited, and protected from detection. The ship seemed to understand. "There is a moon. Uninhabited? Coordinates uploaded. There, you may begin." Alex nodded, setting a course. The stars blurred outside the viewport, and the nebula's colorful clouds swirled around them. It was both terrifying and exhilarating. He had never felt so alive. Humanity, fragile and yet brilliant, was proving itself once again. But the galaxy would not make it easy. Sensors blinked with faint signatures, unknown ships approaching from multiple directions. The chase was far from over. Alex clenched his fists, determination burning inside him. "We'll survive this," he whispered. "We'll unlock your secrets, and the galaxy will see what humans can do." The ship pulsed in response, a warm glow filling the cockpit. Together, they surged forward, navigating the nebula, dodging threats, and racing toward the unknown. This was only the beginning. The chase had begun, but Alex knew one thing. As long as humans could think, adapt, and act, no force in the galaxy could stop them. And with this ship, humanity's story was about to reach heights no one had ever imagined. The small, uninhabited moon came into view like a silver gem suspended in black space. Its barren surface stretched endlessly, jagged mountains and deep craters casting long shadows under the pale light of a distant sun. Alex's heart raced. Finally, a place to study the ship without prying eyes, a place where no one could interfere. He guided the mythical ship through the atmosphere. The craft's hull shimmered as it adjusted automatically to the gravitational pull. Unlike other ships he had piloted, this one seemed to anticipate every move, gliding smoothly over mountains and around craters. When they touched down on a flat plateau, Alex exhaled. Dust swirled gently around the ship as it settled. For the first time, he had a moment of calm. He climbed out, gazing at the ship with awe. It looked smaller now, its sleek curves and glowing energy veins more visible. It was more beautiful than anything he had ever imagined. The voice inside his mind spoke again. "This is your sanctuary. Here, you may awaken me fully." Alex nodded. I, I don't even know where to start. Follow me, the ship replied. A faint pathway of light appeared on the ground, leading to the rear of the ship. Panels shifted, sliding open to reveal a staircase descending into the vessel's interior. The air smelled faintly metallic but clean. Alex hesitated for a moment, then stepped inside. The interior was like nothing he had ever seen. Walls glowed softly with flowing energy, responding to his presence. Floors were transparent in sections, showing streams of energy flowing like rivers beneath his feet. Holographic symbols hovered in the air, rearranging themselves when he looked at them. "Welcome," the ship said. "I have waited for a human who can awaken me. Your mind, your intuition. It is capable." Alex approached a central control console. Symbols shimmered as he reached out, and then the ship responded in a way that startled him. A holographic map of the galaxy expanded around him, showing countless star systems, colonies, and planets that he had never seen. Lines of energy connected certain worlds, as if tracing invisible paths. "What is all this?" he whispered. "This is knowledge preserved. Systems once touched by humans, long before records began. Paths of discovery, lost civilizations, and hidden technology. Only one with human ingenuity may unlock it fully." Alex's eyes widened. Humanity had shaped the galaxy before it even knew it. Perhaps their ancestors had traveled, influenced, and even guided civilizations long lost to time. And now, this ship had chosen him to continue that legacy. He spent hours exploring the ship. Every panel, every symbol, every light responded to his thoughts. It was as if the ship had a mind, guiding him subtly, letting him discover just enough to understand, but never everything at once. As the moon's weak sunlight filtered through the ship's windows, Alex realized the truth. This was more than a ship. It was a library, a guide, and a companion all in one. And it recognized that humans, curious, clever, and brave, were worthy of its secrets. But even here, he could not ignore danger. Sensors detected approaching ships on the outskirts of the system. They were faint, far enough to be hidden by the moon's shadow, but they were coming. The authorities had not given up, and neither had the corporate mercenaries who wanted the ship for themselves. Alex took a deep breath. He needed a plan. He couldn't fight them head-on. The ship was fast and intelligent, but numbers would overwhelm any advantage. He had to think like a human, unpredictable, creative, adaptable. "Show me what you can do," Alex whispered. The ship hummed. Symbols on the floor lit up, creating a holographic grid. A pathway of light extended outward, forming a defensive barrier around the plateau. Energy shields shimmered, invisible from afar, hiding them from approaching sensors. "They won't see us yet," the ship said, "but they will come closer. You must prepare." Alex's mind raced. He began exploring more of the ship's interior, finding compartments filled with strange devices, some small enough to fit in his hand, others towering like columns. Each seemed designed to be activated by thought, by intuition, by creativity. Hours turned into a day, and still he explored. Each discovery was more astonishing than the last. One device projected a holographic history of human influence across the galaxy. Another displayed star systems untouched by known civilizations, waiting for exploration. Alex realized that this ship was not just advanced technology. It was a record of humanity's potential, a tool to awaken greatness once thought lost. As he worked, the approaching ships grew closer. Sensors pinged faintly, showing their trajectories. Alex felt the familiar thrill of being hunted. But this time, he was ready. The ship responded to his thoughts, creating hidden passages, energy diversions, and cloaking fields. "They underestimate humans," the ship said softly. "They do not understand our potential. They do not understand you." Alex smiled. Humanity had survived countless challenges, often facing overwhelming odds. They had explored oceans, deserts, and skies when others said it was impossible. And now, in the vastness of space, that same courage and ingenuity would see them through. Suddenly, a projection appeared in front of him. It was a star system marked with glowing symbols. This system, the ship said, contains knowledge that may aid your survival. You must reach it before others do. Alex studied the map. The system was uncharted, filled with unknown planets, and far from typical trade routes. It was perfect, a place to unlock the ship's full potential and perhaps gain an advantage over those pursuing them. He prepared the ship for takeoff. As they lifted off, the barren moon fell away beneath them, and stars stretched endlessly around them. The ship glided effortlessly, responding to his thoughts, weaving through asteroid fields and avoiding detection. During the journey, Alex reflected on the ship's words. Humans were unique. Creativity, curiosity, bravery, these qualities were rare in the galaxy. Other species relied on strength, technology, or numbers. Humans relied on thought, intuition, and adaptability. That was their power. That was why the ship had chosen him. Hours passed in a blur of stars and light. Alex learned to control the ship better, understanding how it responded to his mind and emotions. Every action felt natural, as if the ship and he were one being. But even as they approached the uncharted system, danger loomed. Scouts from the pursuing fleets had tracked them through space anomalies. They were faster than before, more numerous and more determined. Alex clenched his fists. The chase was far from over. You can do this, the ship said. Together, we are stronger than they anticipate. Humans, your ingenuity is unmatched. Alex felt a surge of confidence. He adjusted their course using the ship's advanced sensors to calculate an unconventional path through a dense nebula. The pursuers would not expect it. They relied on conventional tactics. Humans did not. As they entered the nebula, the visibility outside dropped to near zero. Mist, ionized gases, and shifting energy clouds surrounded them. The pursuing ships hesitated, scanning for movement, but the mythical ship moved like a shadow, slipping through the dense gases with grace. Alex realized the truth. The ship was alive, yes, but it also trusted him. It allowed him to guide it, to test its abilities, to think and act. That trust was rare, even in humans themselves, and it filled him with pride. Emerging from the nebula, the uncharted system lay before them. Strange stars, planets of unknown size, and faint energy readings marked the area. Alex's pulse quickened. This was their destination, the place where secrets would be revealed, and humanity's legacy could awaken fully. He glanced at the ship. Are you ready? I am ready, it replied. But you must lead. Your choices will shape what comes next. Human decisions are powerful. Alex nodded. Humanity had survived, adapted, and overcome countless obstacles. Now, with this ship, they had the chance to shape the galaxy in ways no one had ever imagined. Together, they entered orbit around the first planet in the system. Strange green and blue energy readings pulsed from its surface, hinting at civilizations long lost, or technology yet undiscovered. Alex smiled. The adventure was only just beginning. This was more than survival. This was discovery. This was humanity proving once again that their creativity, courage, and ingenuity could unlock the mysteries of the universe. And with the mythical ship at his side, Alex knew one thing for certain. The galaxy had never seen humans like this before. The uncharted system stretched before Alex like an undiscovered kingdom. Strange stars glimmered in unusual colors, and planets swirled with clouds of unknown gases. The first planet, bathed in a soft green glow, pulsed faintly with energy that seemed alive. The mythical ship hummed in response, its energy veins lighting up in patterns that matched the planet's rhythm. This place, Alex whispered, eyes wide. There's something here. Yes, the ship replied. Knowledge, secrets, power, all preserved for those worthy. Humans are worthy. You are worthy. Alex felt a surge of pride. Humanity had survived countless challenges, adapted to impossible environments, and discovered paths no other species could. And now, here he was, holding the key to something extraordinary. But the danger was not over. Sensors detected multiple fleets converging on the system. They had tracked him across light years of space, through asteroid fields and nebulae. And now they were here, ready to claim the ship or destroy it. Alex clenched his fists. "They don't understand," he muttered. "They underestimate humans." "They never understand," the ship said calmly. "But we will show them." The first pursuers emerged from behind a nearby gas giant. Sleek, dark ships bristling with weaponry, they moved in formation, confident that their numbers would overwhelm the mythical ship. But the ship pulsed with energy, almost daring them to try. Alex took a deep breath. "Let's see what humans can do." He pressed his hands against the controls, feeling the ship respond instantly. The hull rippled, energy flowing like liquid metal, forming shields and thrusters in ways he had never imagined. The ship's intelligence combined with his creativity, allowing maneuvers that were impossible for conventional craft. The first wave of attackers fired. Energy blasts streaked through space, but the mythical ship twisted and dodged effortlessly. Its energy pulses deflected the attacks, creating temporary barriers that repelled lasers harmlessly into the void. Alex laughed, a sound of pure exhilaration. "They can't touch us," the ship pulsed in response, almost in agreement. "You are exceptional, your decisions, your intuition, unmatched." As they engaged in evasive maneuvers, Alex realized he could use more than speed. The ship's energy could interact with the environment. He guided it toward a cluster of unstable asteroids near a nearby moon. With a thought, the ship's energy pulses nudged asteroids into precise paths. The pursuing ships hesitated, trapped between moving rocks and shifting gravity wells. "Human ingenuity at work," the ship said proudly. "They do not anticipate your creativity," Alex smiled. "They're learning the hard way." He piloted the ship deeper into the cluster, weaving through asteroids with skill and precision. The pursuing fleet struggled to follow. One of their ships collided with a rock, shattering in a burst of sparks. Another narrowly avoided collision, while the rest retreated, trying to find a safer approach. "This is it," the ship said. "Now you may unlock my full potential." Alex focused, thinking about what the ship had shown him: the star maps, the hidden systems, the technology preserved for humans alone. He pressed a series of holographic symbols in sequence, allowing the ship to fully integrate with his thoughts. Energy pulsed through the hull like a heartbeat, connecting them completely. The ship responded in full. Its entire body glowed with radiant energy, thrusters shifting to multidimensional speeds, shields expanding and shimmering like liquid glass. Alex felt power unlike anything he had ever known, a blend of human intuition and alien intelligence. He glanced at the remaining pursuers. Time to finish this. With a thought, the ship created energy tunnels, temporary passages through space that bent light and gravity. Alex guided the pursuers into these tunnels, confusing them, scattering their formation, and leaving them lost in uncharted space. One by one, the enemy ships gave up, unable to navigate the unpredictable paths the ship created. Alex laughed with joy. Humanity had won, not through brute force, but through cleverness, adaptability, and quick thinking. But victory was not just survival, it was discovery. He directed the ship to the planet below, landing on a plateau bathed in green light. Strange structures rose from the surface, glowing faintly. The ship hummed in recognition. "These are ruins?" Alex asked. "Yes," the ship replied. "They were once part of a human network, lost to time. Here is knowledge preserved, waiting for rediscovery." Alex explored the structures. Symbols, inscriptions, and devices littered the ruins. Some resembled the ship's interface, others hinted at technologies that could bend energy, manipulate gravity, or communicate across light years instantly. Every artifact seemed to confirm what the ship had said. Humans had once been capable of greatness far beyond current understanding. He realized that the ship was not just a vehicle, it was a guide. A bridge to human potential, showing him how to unlock lost knowledge and explore the stars in ways no one else could. Hours passed as he examined the ruins. The ship pulsed beside him, almost like a companion, providing hints, opening pathways, and revealing hidden compartments. Alex felt a profound connection to it. Humanity was not alone in its achievements. This ship was proof that their ancestors had reached for the stars, and now he could continue their legacy. As the day turned to night on the planet, Alex gazed up at the stars. The pursuing fleets were gone, scattered across the system, confused and defeated. Humanity had survived, and now they had a tool, a ship, and knowledge that could change everything. But the journey was only beginning. The ship's interface showed countless uncharted systems, hidden civilizations, and paths leading to secrets that could shape the galaxy. Alex realized that the adventure would never truly end. Humanity would explore, adapt, and thrive. And with this ship, they could do what no other species could: combine creativity, courage, and intellect to achieve greatness. Alex climbed back into the cockpit. The ship pulsed in greeting, ready to respond. "Where to next?" he asked. "Wherever you choose," the ship replied. "The galaxy awaits. Humans are ready." A sense of pride and wonder filled him. He was a single human, yet the ship had recognized him, chosen him, and revealed secrets meant only for his species. Humans had always faced impossible odds, yet here they were, proving themselves once again. The mythical ship lifted from the plateau, gliding effortlessly into space. Stars stretched before them like pathways of light. Alex guided the ship along the star maps, each new system offering discoveries, challenges, and mysteries to explore. "They will remember this," Alex whispered. "They will know what humans can do." "They already know," the ship replied, "and the galaxy will learn soon enough. Humans, your potential, unmatched." As they soared through the uncharted systems, Alex realized something profound. It was not just about the ship, the battles, or the discoveries. It was about humanity itself, curious, brave, clever, and capable of greatness beyond imagination. And now, with the mythical ship at his side, Alex would show the galaxy that humans were not just survivors. They were pioneers, explorers, and creators. They could achieve what others thought impossible. The stars stretched endlessly, and the adventure had only just begun. The galaxy waited, and humanity was ready. Alex smiled, feeling the ship pulse with energy and life. Together, they vanished into the vastness of space, ready to discover, learn, and thrive. This was humanity at its finest: undaunted, imaginative, and unstoppable.